Okay, let me tell you. Oh, who can tell me what a blog is, first of all? Okay.
It's like this website where you write about stuff, pretty much.
Okay, sure. So, a website where you write about stuff. Does anybody have anything else they want to add to that?
Not really social, but some kind of center for people to access.
Okay, great. Right.
Some
Some kind of place where people can get information or whatever. Yes.
Sometimes you write about yourself.
Okay, sure. Sometimes you write about yourself. Anybody have anything else they want to add? Yeah.
Sometimes they write about like places, like what's going on there.
Okay. Sure.
Facebook.
Yes.
Sometimes they write about ideas.
All right. Ideas. Good. Anything else? Okay. So basically, a blog, they are all of those things. It has a lot of different functions, but one of the ones that I think is the most important is that it allows for learning to take place on your own, like without schools. Basically, what it is when you write blogs, the idea behind a blog is that other people are supposed to look at it. And when they look at it, they're supposed to interact with it. So whatever you write, you're supposed to interact with. So by interacting, when I say interacting, I mean commenting. There's all sorts of different kinds of things you can do with blogs. They don't necessarily have to be writing. You can have a blog that's just based off of pictures. You can have a blog that's devoted to, like, does anybody know what a podcast is? What's a podcast?
It's like something that informs you about something. It's usually like weekly.
Okay, sure. Something that informs you about something. You have something you're gonna add to that?
yeah, like that.
Okay, right. But a podcast is something that informs you, but it's usually done. It's like a radio show. It's done, so it's basically like talking. So you hear somebody talking in the podcast. So there's writing, there's pictures, there's the internet radio or the podcasts, and then there's another thing that you can use as videos. So when you're posting things that you're going to post out to the world, there's so many different people that have their ideas and have their opinions that it's very important to kind of narrow what you want to talk about if you're going to be trying to get business, talk to other people. So what I recommend when you write a blog is to write about something you're passionate about. Does anybody have ideas of something that you're really passionate about that you want to spread to other people? Yeah.
Well, my dog. I love my dog.
Okay, dogs in general or your dog? Okay, so we'll write dogs. Good. There's a perfect example of a type of blog you can write about. You can write about dogs. Yeah.
I like music and
Okay.
instruments.
Music.
Like background music.
Tech topics.
Tech topics. I like it. And those are probably the most popular ones because the internet's always changing and they're always coming up with new things, new type of technology, new types of things you can use with your blog, with your writing, with all sorts of different avenues.
Biking.
Biking. All right. What kind of biking do you do?
Huh?
What kind of biking?
I just bike around the neighborhood.
All right. Okay, great. Those are all really good examples. I'm going to add one to this list, which is the reason why I kind of thought it would be a good idea to run this class, is education. And the reason why I think that for you guys, education would be a good idea, or to write an education blog, because you guys all are getting your education. Basically, when you guys get older, you're going to want to look back and this goes for anything. Not only that, to see how you've improved, but not only to see how you've improved, but what your accomplishments are. What are some things that you've done well? So that way, when you go into later on in life, you can take those instances and you can say, you know what, I am good at these things, and I can take that and become better. So the reason why an education blog is important, or what you could do with one, I'm not saying you have to, you could do one on education. Post things every time you get an assignment back, every time you get an essay back, it's graded by the teacher, every time you get a math test back, whatever it is, you can post it on your blog, and that way it's there forever. And the cool thing about a blog is you can categorize everything that you've done. So you can go back and say, oh, what did I do 5 years ago? You can go back and say, what were my scores on my math tests, if you categorize it properly. You say, what was my first writing assignment ever like? And those are all things where if you go back when you're older, I'm not sure if you can appreciate this now, but if you go back when you're older, you're going to take a look and say, hey, you know what, I've really improved, and I can see I've improved this whole school process. And not only that, but you'll get an idea of where you want your education to go in the future.